Hey, what to do with the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal underscore Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. How you feeling out there?
Feeling good, feeling great, man. I got outside over the weekend just for a hot second because the
Oh, you
weather
in the
tried to get
streets?
me under. I wouldn't
Mm,
let it. But
mm.
I went to a comedy show. I saw this person I think is one of the most underrated comedians out there because I think I've seen him more than one time before and he's never let me down. That's D. Ray Davis. That nigga's
D-Ray
hilarious.
Davis funny as hell. That's a fact.
Dude, he don't get enough respect, man. He was talking about Snowfall and he talked about the original cast,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that he was supposed to play um Jerome,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
Jill Scott was gonna be Franklin's mom, and Lauren
I did know
London
that.
was gonna be Louis.
Mel. Ah,
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
can't do that. She could
With
have been
all due
Mel.
respect.
Yeah, with utmost respect.
Okay.
She could have been Mel, but she couldn't have been Auntie.
Nah, no, nah. Auntie Body had the right person for that because she bodied that shit.
She
And then
absolutely and
Clifton Powell was
Jerome.
gonna be the club owner, the little female club owner. That was gonna be Clifton Powell, but they switched it at the last minute.
Mm.
I'm here for
All of those
anything
are good
Clifton Powell.
changes. That would have been good, but I think all of those are good changes. Like the Louis element of her being a woman was cool.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean the club owner being a woman,
yeah.
but yeah, I mean all of those are good changes
They
because
all worked
Jerome
out.
bodied it. Yeah, Jerome bodied it. I couldn't see Jill Scott as the mama now because I'm rewatching it right now. I almost
Yeah,
thought there was a major plot twist, and we ain't got to get into it. I mean, a hole in the plot, but then I thought about it more. It really wouldn't. But
yeah.
it was when he just. I ain't gonna spoil it. Never mind.
Man, this
We'll
shit
talk about
old as fuck, nigga. Everybody
it.
knows
Yeah,
what
that's true.
happens,
When
dude.
he decided he decided to serve Auntie instead of Franklin,
Yeah,
and she was like, "Well, I'm 90% of your business." No way he would have agreed to that because then he would have had to find somebody else to move what Franklin was moving. But he
mm,
acted like then the next scene, he acted like it was like his production was about to double up. Like she and Franklin were moving the same amount of product. So I just thought that was strange.
yeah. That couldn't have been. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird.
That's a
But
good call out.
still a good show though, nonetheless. I'm on the last season now.
For sure. Anything pop over the weekend?
My weekend was slow motion, man. Didn't really do too much. The changing of the weather I was trying to avoid, like you said. So I just stayed in, got some work done. I think I binged The Penguin. Got that finished up while I was able to get the finale in that. Thank God for global warming, though. It's still gonna be warm this Saturday, so I'm gonna get out and play some golf this Saturday. Crazy to say November the 15th, nigga. It's gonna be 70 this weekend, but I'll take it. I will take it.
For sure, man. Listen, guys, we are here to break down the latest and greatest in hip hop. You already know how we get down. Of course, we're going to talk about that we got a new president elect, and we're going to talk
Mm.
about the role that hip hop played in either Kamala losing or maybe not that big of a deal anyway. We'll discuss that in just a second. Billboard has their biggest pop stars of the 21st century. It's a couple rappers that made the list that we'll talk about. And we've got a brand new hip hop artist that is a co-host on the NFL Game Day weekly. We're going to discuss if this is a smart move or not. But first, it's Grammy season. The nominations have been announced. Your boy Kendrick Lamar I think he led hip hop artists with he's got several.
Nominations.
Yeah,
Seven, I
several
think.
nominations. Song of the Year,
Mhm.
Best Rap Song, Record of the Year, Best Rap Performance, and Best Music Video, all for obviously Not Like Us.
Let's go.
Future's got a couple of nominations. Metro, Common slid in there for the Hip Hop Album of the Year.
Mhm.
So yeah, some interesting picks, man. What stood out to you as you saw these nominations? Any snubs, any surprises, anything that made all the sense in the world? What you got?
So we'll jump right into the rap stuff because we did care about less about the other stuff.
No.
um, excuse me. The biggest surprise, whether this rap or not, is still from the rap genre, and that's Andre 3000 being nominated for Album of the Year. That's disgusting. That is
That makes everything else
disgusting.
null and void. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Hey, that's disgusting. I don't know who did that or what kind of politics they was trying to prove, but that was disgusting. Moving on from that, because I don't know anything else to say other than to repeat this again. That was disgusting. Nominating Andre 3000 for album of the year for that flute album is disrespectful to everybody that does that. Doche, Yo Girl, the album that you do not like.
Nope.
I was surprised to see her in Best Rap Album of the Year category. Not saying that her album wasn't good, because I did like it, but I just didn't think that it was like Grammy nominated album of the
You
year.
were gassing it on here though.
But
Ooh.
I fuck with the album. I think this is more TDE and the politics that they have and being able to get her nominated. Again, not taking nothing from her, but that's just surprising to me. I didn't even know that Eminem came. Well, I did know he came out with that Death of Slim Shady,
Come
but I
on
didn't
now,
know.
stop.
I mean, I didn't really know. I mean, you don't really know. Did niggas listen to that Eminem?
Eminem was
But
solid.
I don't believe that.
It was.
Other than that, man, that was it. And I will say that I am biasly rooting for Glorilla to win one of these that she's nominated for.
Mm,
Whether it be, I think it's Yeah Glow is the best rap song, but that ain't gonna be Not Like Us. So maybe there's something else
good.
in there she can win. Because I thought she had another nomination, but it's not looking like that she does. What about for you? What was the big surprise?
Of course, you got to go to the best rap album. That's the one we go to first. That's the grand
Okay.
finale. That's the Super Bowl of the hip hop categories. And for anybody that missed it, Future and Metro Boomin, We Don't Trust You. J. Cole Might Delete Later. Common and Pete Rock, The Auditorium. Doechii, as you mentioned, and Eminem, as you mentioned. Um, First of all, Cole Might Delete Later.
That's crazy.
That's
After taking
crazy.
this song off, like this is
That's
more and
that.
more how they not in touch with the culture.
But either that or it speaks to how slow of a year it's been. One of the
Mm,
two.
mm,
Because even though I fuck that comment is banging though, and that shocked me. Like I'm
facts.
cleaning the house to it. I'm I'm rearranging the room. I fucks with that, and I'm not even
Facts.
a common person. I'll give them that. The Eminem was cool, but anytime he drops because of who he is, he's getting nominated at least 3 or 4 times. That's just how it happens. Future and Metro Boomin was one of the bigger albums to drop this year. So, in my opinion, that's fair to have them on here. And I mean, so that's being in tune somewhat, even though it did numbers. So that's probably why it's why it's on
Yeah.
here. It's a popularity contest. But to that point, Common's album didn't do numbers, and it was fire, and it's on here. And he's of an older generation. He's an OG in the game, and so I respect that. That actually I'm more happy that that got a look than I am kind of looking perplexed that that might delete later, which was, I mean, it wasn't bad, but like, come on, bro. Like that was a little supposed to be the appetizer for the fall off. Like we wait on that. We
Yeah.
still waiting on that. And then of course that was marred with the whole mid ass dish record that he took off. It's got joints on there. Don't get it twisted, but it just this speaks to more. Two things jumped out. It speaks to more how slow the year has been, and that I was surprised that the Common at least somebody got that right by having that on her. I respect that. But other than that, man, it's been kind of quiet though. Just I mean,
Yeah, I agree with you. It's been kind of quiet, and I also agree with the cold shit. That was throwaway is not the right word.
it
Appetizer,
ain't that.
and I'm saying I'm saying throwaway. I know you didn't say that,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
appetizer, yes. And it's very rare that an appetizer gets nominated for a Grammy. So yeah, I don't know what I would put in its place though. Also to your point, being that how slow it was, like this is
Rhapsody.
yeah, you could do that. You could definitely do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that ain't bad at all. Would
But
would you
other
put
than that
Lotto in there?
though, not a lot has jumped out, bro.
Would you put Lotto in there?
No, even though it was good though, but no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
And plus, it wasn't enough time to pull out shit in there.
That
I think
too.
hers came out a little later. Yeah, but
It's quiet, bro.
I could have slid that Glorilla enough. We being for real.
That was better. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you what didn't make it that could have. That 21 Savage was banging. That American Dream. I thought that shit could have been
that he gassed like it was a movie.
like it was a
Yeah,
movie,
you're
but that
right.
was banging though. And it had joints. And Schoolboy album fire
Yeah,
too.
Schoolboy could have been in there. Yeah, okay. Now that you're saying that, Schoolboy should have been in there. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, like that should have been. Now that you say that, that Schoolboy should have been in there instead of a couple of any one of them except for the future. To be honest, I could have put Schoolboy in there. If we being honest, if you had to guess, AB, who would you say won? Was going
Um,
to win?
it's probably gonna go to Future.
Yeah, he got. I think he wins that in a landslide, or should
Yeah,
it?
I think he wins
Unless
that.
the people give it to Eminem.
Do you see a
But yeah,
category that has Not Like Us that he loses? Because he's in several. Not that song is in several. best rap song, best rap performance.
It'll win
Uh,
the rap categories, but I don't think that it will win the song of the year category.
okay.
It was big, pause, but it didn't get like I'm looking for it now. I'm gonna tell you what that song of the year is going to be.
I got it. Shabuzi, a bar song.
Shabuzi.
Beyonce, Texas Hold'em. Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather. Taylor Swift and Post Malone. Fortnite, Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars. Damn, there's some competition in this motherfucker.
Hmm.
And Sabrina Carpenter, please, please, please. And
That's what I
whoever the
think it's
fuck
gonna be.
Chappelle Rowan is, with all due respect, I don't know who that is.
I think that Sabrina Carpenter is going to.
Mm.
I've heard that. I don't even know who that is, and then I heard that song. I was like, oh, yeah, because I've heard that literally anywhere that you go, you hear that. So yeah, I think she may win that.
Anything
But
for
any
Ye?
other
Kanye
ones?
got nominated. Best
Who?
rap song.
Oh,
The
the
Carnival.
one with Carnival. Yeah. It ain't gonna be Kendrick. Nothing should be Kendrick's song for
Or
song of
Glow.
the year. Yeah, yeah. That those two are, and not like us if we being honest.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Excuse me, not like us.
Oh, it's my like that.
The one from Future like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
It ain't gonna be none of them. Yeah, no.
yeah. It can't be none of them. But yeah, that's a good category right there. I wonder if they gonna put that on TV. You think so?
Man, I don't know, man. They
Because
be
Kendrick,
wishy washy with that shit.
yeah, they be. I wonder. One, are we gonna see this? And two, is Kendrick going to show up? Like
Mm.
you got to show up, right? Like you can't not go and you like shook it this year and you have leading in
Super
nominations.
Bowl. This gonna be around the
And the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl the next week. This is the
I'll
week
see.
before the Super Bowl. So would you go knowing that you had the performance coming, or would you
Yeah,
not go?
yeah, I
Go?
would go.
Would you perform?
Nah, I wouldn't perform though.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
What
perform.
if they do him like that? If you want to win, you got to perform.
I'm like, nigga, I'm fuck y'all stage. Y'all know where I'm gonna be next
then
Sunday, nigga? What the
then I
fuck?
wouldn't come. If they
Yeah.
tried to hit me with the like payola, like, yeah, we'll give you the album of the song of the year, but you got to perform. Like, I'll pass, bro. I'm
Nah,
good.
I'm a hold up.
100 million people are gonna see me next week, bro,
Right.
and I'm gonna be doing the same song, so I'm good. Yeah, but I look forward to that and some dope stuff to see. Hopefully, they put the ones that we want to see on TV.
Yeah.
AB, also speaking of TDE, man, Ab Soul dropped new album. He said this was a kind of a concept album. He went in using majority, if not all, samples on this album. I have a simple question. We seen a long list of what TDE was supposed to do this year, AB, and we didn't know if they could. They didn't hit all of the albums, but they did drop, as we said, an Ab Soul album. They dropped O'Shea, who's nominated for a Grammy. They dropped Blue
Sir.
Lips, Sir. So
Yeah.
they were active. Did they hit the mark this year, even though they didn't do all the releases?
Yeah, we briefly touched on this a couple of maybe a month or so ago when the Dochi came out because they had a coming soon list that looked like No Limit 98. And there was a
Facts.
couple on there like, okay. And there was a couple on there like, who is that? And then there was a couple on there like, I'll listen to it because it's TDE and they got the motion. With a couple of weeks left in the year, we can cancel half of that list, including what looks like J Rock, which is the one that I was looking forward to most.
Mm,
He had
damn.
the two or three singles late last year, early this year, and he ain't even dropped no project. And then I was looking forward to the compilation because I see what TDE did with the Black Panther soundtrack. And if they can give me something like that for the compilation, I'm here. Count me in. Like I'm definitely here for that. And so I'm probably out of luck with that. Now, in terms of the Ab Soul and what it sounded like, because I definitely checked it out because I liked his last project, the Herbert joint from 2022. This one was cool. There was one or two songs on here, and I was just like, bro, what the fuck is this? But outside of that, though, it was pretty solid. I'm not the biggest Ab Soul guy. For me, if I'm ranking Black Hippie, he's in last place.
Mm,
In terms of me listening for a full project, he would
right.
definitely be last. Kendrick will be one, J Rock will be two, Schoolboy three, and then I'll check that Ab Soul out. So yeah, I don't know where J Rock they got the title and then they just gave up on everything else. They were like, nigga, we know what we gonna call it, and that's it. We ain't heard no news since. That's the project I'm looking for. Wake Me when that comes out. But there are a couple of joints on here though that I fuck with though. The joint with JID was crazy. They was spitting, and that Saudi Sweats was kind of tough too. So yeah, there's some joints on here for sure.
Did TDE hit their mark? Yeah, they've been even though I still kind of associate Kendrick Lamar in the year that he's had with them. I
They
know it
rode that
wasn't.
wave.
Yeah, I know it wasn't TDE, but they definitely rode that wave, like you said. So I'll attribute a little bit of it to that. I think dropping your biggest artists that are left there, Absol, dropping Schoolboy Q, dropping a Sir album. I like you wish we would have got a J Rock album. That would have probably been the icing on the or SZA, one or the
Yep.
other. If we had got one of those albums, that really would have made the year complete for them. But I still think they hit their mark. They were relevant all year long in a slow year. They probably, I think, not every quarter, but majority of the
Yeah.
calendar months were filled up with TDE shit. So I think that's what you want to do as a label, especially in the climate that we're in the music business now. I don't think we're gonna get that J Rock. It's fourth quarter.
I'm hot
We
about that
know the
too.
music business shut down fourth quarter, so probably the earliest we'll see that J Rock is like March or February, which is
Damn.
crazy. Yeah, because remember, niggas ain't getting back to work until February. Then they gonna give it a month runway to put out. They ain't gonna just drop it in February when everybody get back. So I would say March would be unless you do a fourth quarter drop.
That's some slaw.
Yeah.
Because I was looking again, I needed that and I need that compilation. And I was looking forward to a couple. The Ray Vaughn dude, I see him featuring on a couple of songs, and he'll hop on a
Yeah,
freestyle and
yeah.
body shit. Let me hear what his shit sound like, please. Can I listen to that? Of course, SZA was supposed to drop. She got that Lana project supposed to come out, but we know that's gonna get the rollout. Like they've been asleep at the
Yeah.
wheel on everybody else shit, but that SZA, nah, that's gonna
Yeah.
go. We're gonna hear
She the
about that.
biggest, she the biggest artist on TDE right now, right?
Of course. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's by far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not even. It ain't even close. With
Mm,
respectfully, she's a
right.
star.
Okay.
Um, Thankfully that Isaiah Rashad didn't drop. Don't look like we getting that. So that's glass half full, if you want to look at it like that.
Mm,
Um, and everybody else was no name. This lets me know how special of a run No Limit had. We will never see that shit ever again. Like their rollout, the Marvel rollout was perfect because they mixed in the big dogs with the no names. They sandwiched them in between. So nigga, you to hold you over between the next big dog, you had to listen to the nobody, and then the nobody turned out to be all right. And then
hmm
we're not getting that no more. Like it's over
Did
with,
they,
bro.
did they do that for what, 2 years straight? Was it about 24 months?
Bro, it might be
They did that.
36, 97, 99. Well,
Mm,
99 is slowed down a lot. So 97,
yeah,
98. That's about
that's a
that's about
long
right.
time. As we can see now, looking back on it, having been there, that's a lot. No, like you said, no one else has done that. We
Nah.
just talked about the Hot Boys shit. Um, when we seen the shit that they did last week,
Yep.
even they tried. They
Yeah.
tried to keep up with it, and it kept them on their toes as far as all the hot shit that they put out, which we were talking about with the reunion show, but they still couldn't do what No Limit did. That's unprecedented.
23 albums in 1998, yo.
Mm,
Nuts.
think about that. Popping though, like you
That's
said, you
hot.
had to get all of them. You
Hot,
had to
nigga. I
get.
need all of them. When the next, as soon as I cop one, you
Oh
open it up to see
man,
when the next one gonna come out, bro. Just
Young and
like that.
Jaw had to be there, man. Speaking of them having to be there, AB, what we have next?
20 years ago, guys. We got a couple of albums celebrating birthdays, man. They almost old enough to drink. The Carter
Mm,
one, speaking of Wayne, T.I.'s Urban Legend, his third best album. College Dropout as
what?
well.
That's crazy.
Listen, oh 04 was a really strong year.
Oh,
Um,
four was solid.
just by those three. If you had to put on a young boy or
Hmm.
a girl, a little young hip hop head, between one of those three, which one are you giving them first?
Ooh, this is
This is
like
easy. Stop the count.
it's easy. I know what you're going to say. I can like that spoiler alert, college dropout for you. But I
Clearly,
mean, there's so many ways that you could go with this. You couldn't argue that all three of them was right. First of all, Urban Legend is T.I.'s second best album, not his third best. Uh, I would put the Urban Legend above I'm Serious at this point.
I would too, but I wouldn't put it over King though.
Oh, see, you wrong. Now King is fourth at best, maybe fifth. I might put Paper Trail above King.
Ain't no way.
But yeah, fine. So I think Urban Legend is second behind trap music, and then you got I'm Serious at third. And T.I. was in a special bag on Urban Legend. Like you talking about like
It's
niggas
hits.
was niggas was calling him Jay-Z like of the South. Like that was
Yeah.
a real thing. People that think we exaggerate wasn't around is what I would explain to the young boy. And it's called this such a legendary series. Like this started it all, like damn near. Like this even what we got after this, and I know this would be cheating, but the Carter mixtapes and everything going into that Carter too. Ugh. But yeah, I may be on your side too. That college dropout was special. I still remember when that slow jams dropped, and that ain't even like I wouldn't. Would you consider that top of Kanye's category, like song catalog, slow jams?
It should be, but it's probably not. If we were just naming
Yeah.
songs, I probably wouldn't get to it till about probably about six,
But
7.
that being said,
But it's nuts though.
I remember me and you and old Fold together riding around Nashville when this first came out. And pause, that slow jams was slick on repeat, like nigga, because we couldn't believe what he had done. It's like we remembered this Luther song, and then Twister came and did his thing, and then you got
Yeah.
the version with Jamie Foxx on there. That shit was insane. Like when slow jams came out,
No, it was tough.
man, come on, bro. That shit was everywhere. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'd lean to the side of College Dropout.
And we had just seen The Wood. So that Luther song was
And
about
Luther was
three.
in there.
That Luther was in
That's
that Wood strong, pause.
that's a fact.
And so that was kind of still top of mind. That was about 4 or 5 years before. And then he flipped that. We were like, oh shit.
Hmm.
So I would say College Dropout, even though if I'm being honest, all three of these artists no longer exist. They've all
That's
died
true.
long ago.
Yeah.
With the T.I. can still rap, don't get it twisted, but he's not making urban legend. That
You
King,
ain't doing that no
that Daya King, the Friar King, whatever the fuck he's about to call it, that is not going to be urban legend. Wayne Carter, whatever, is not going to be this first one, even though I think the second one is better. But I wouldn't argue you down if you told me you like the first one more.
Yeah.
None of these people exist anymore. So that's why I would say, look, I would play College Dropout first and be like, yeah, the guy with the sneakers and the crazy looking grill and shit. This is what he used to sound. This is what they call old Kanye. Yeah, the comedian, the guy that does jokes now. This is what Ti used to be on. This is what kind of put him commercially over the top. Right before King, King probably put him over the top, but this was
Right.
Ascension. And then the guy that got snubbed at the Super Bowl,
Mm.
that's on TV talking about the Packers, this is what he used to sound like. So or well, I ain't gonna act like Wayne just fell off like that. No,
But it was different still though.
it's
Like you in the
different.
right lane. It was different. That Carter was like Wayne for the as well as he still raps, he can't do no man, I miss my dogs no more.
Nah,
Can't do that no more.
nah.
I don't even know and like he can't even do that Birdman JR no more. Like he can rap like
Like
that
as a
still, but it don't
song.
sound like it.
Like
Yeah, it
yeah,
don't sound like I remember the first time I heard that Birdman JR too. Like that shit, like, it sounded, you was like, nigga, what
he
the
was spitting.
fuck?
He
He
was
was
going crazy.
spitting, nigga.
Yeah.
And the beat matched and the little ad libs in the back with him talking and shit, nigga.
Birdman talking that shit on them. Yeah.
That Birdman JR was special. But yeah, I agree with you. All of these artists have long since left the game. They're doing other things now and commend them for still being, still noticeable in hip hop. They ain't
For
fall
sure.
all the way off a cliff. They're still around. They're still doing their things. But this was just a different time, man. I know we sound like old heads right here, but boy, it was special when this was out.
You got
And it was a couple G Unit, a couple little like G Unit had
oh,
what
this is what they
Lloyd Banks
run.
came out this year, Buck came out this year.
Yeah.
Sheesh, it was
Now they
crazy.
you want to talk about a run?
Yeah.
They slick brought back that feeling because we were still buying CDs right through this gap.
Hmm.
And I remember when the G Unit members came out, they all had the deluxe edition joints and they all came with DVDs. And they
Hmm.
got me for every last one of them. All
Facts.
Banks, even Yayo shit, dude. They got me.
Ayo. Yep.
All that.
Nigga, they hit you with the 50, then they hit you with the Banks, then the Buck, then they
Yep.
hit you with the group album,
Game.
and then your game, and
Yep.
then Yayo. By that
Yep.
time, you was already bought in. Then they
Yeah.
gave you the Get Rich or Die Trying soundtrack.
Soundtrack.
Woo!
Now
50
that's a
was on one.
stretch.
Hey, 50 was on one then. Man, them
Hey,
was the good days of music. Damn.
you had the wife be there and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't have no G Unit gear. Zero whatsoever, nigga. Oh, that's funny.
Real quick
I
though, Wayne. Real quick before we move on, this Carter, you got to remember the album before this was 500 Degrees and was not well received at all. Like it was looked at
yeah.
as a miss,
Mm-hmm.
huge swing and a miss. And so Wayne hit the mixtape circuit, cooked up them
Squad up.
squads, and then
Squad
came
up,
out
nigga.
with this. Dog, that's one of the bigger reinventions in
Ever.
rap because that 500 Degrees wasn't nothing.
Yeah. Like when that 500 degrees dropped, the conversation was maybe Wayne isn't what we thought he was. Because that
Exactly.
500 degrees, it wasn't his first like solo, because you had the other two that came out under the Cash Money
Correct.
before that. But the Hot Boys was still there. This 500 degrees was the first time that he had to actually carry the label. Wasn't no
Dolo.
Juke How it wasn't no Turk, wasn't no BG, wasn't no Manny. Well, Manny Fresh was on there, but it wasn't as heavy Manny Fresh.
Right
Well,
now.
now Manny Fresh might have did that whole album. I'm not
No,
sure.
because you got to
I
think
can't
your boy
remember.
was Jazzy Faye was on it. Oh no,
Yeah.
Manny Fresh did the majority of it. He did. He did.
Okay,
He
yeah.
did.
So he was still around because I do
Yeah.
remember that.
It
That's
wasn't
just
hidden
the
though.
nah, it wasn't the Manny Fresh like Hot Boy era. So
Nah.
when to your point, you're right. That 500 degrees came out, and it was like, oh no, man. Then that nigga, that squad one, that squad two,
Ooh,
that squad three and
that's
four,
squad four. Stamped it.
that squad four was special. Jesus, man. If y'all
Yeah.
don't know what we talking about, go find all of this shit. Cause you
Please.
will appreciate if you fuck with hip hop, man. These were the days. All right, man. Next in the news, your man's Plies. He is suing Megan, Glorilla, and Cardi for their wannabe. This album he claims is stealing the song Me and My Goons.
Yeah.
Did you listen to both, AB, and did they have a case? Does he have a case?
He would almost have a first of all, coming out with the Kamala President song and then suing the hottest three women. Hip hop is nasty. Nigga, that song, his song old as fuck, dude. You could have waited 2 more weeks, man. Let the dust settle, dude, from this
Yeah, like
go,
you was gonna
dude.
get that regardless. It's crazy.
But no, I remember that Me and My Goons. As soon as I played, that's how I remember this. And then
Mhm.
I know that Megan and Glow song. He would have a case had his producer not come out and say, dude, I sampled this beat. I sampled his
Oh man.
producer for Me and My Goons came out and said this beat was inspired by My Dougie, which came out a year prior. So
Mm,
that pretty much just like I don't know who I don't know if they're not cool no more, but that pretty much just stomped on
killed
his
this case.
case because he sampled another song. So you can't sue Meg, Glow, and Cardi for sampling something that you or your producer admittedly sampled someone else, nigga, that came out a year before. So
Mm,
with all due respect, shout out to My Dougie and Lil Will. If y'all remember that
yeah.
song. And that's all where this shit came from. So sorry, Plies. You look crazy right now. You was pushing Mrs. 47th. It didn't work. Now you suing the
Mm.
hottest female rappers in the game. You look nuts right now. He's gonna go back in his hole, and we're not gonna hear from him for another 4 years when Kamala runs again.
Really wild side note. That movie that I asked you about before we start recording, they gave an example of this happening. Like Hugh Grant was telling the story where this one song got popular, and then but they had sampled another song, and then the second person did it just like in this case, and then that person tried to sue the person. It was originally a sample, so they couldn't sue him. Crazy story that he told in that movie, and it's really ironic that this is a topic since we were talking about that. So if y'all, I can't think of the name of the movie, but it was really solid.
Heretic or some shit.
Hereditary, Heretic. That's
Yeah,
the name.
some shit.
Yeah, but he told him this exact story in here. To your point, man, Plies doesn't have a case. He could have waited. I agree with that too. But I also kind of feel he was on his Boosie thing. It's like how you'll pay everybody else for the sample, but now when it's time to use my shit,
Mhm.
like y'all just gonna act like I ain't got no business because I'm Plies. Like, nah, don't do me like that. I want the same respect if it had been true. But since it's not, and his producers somewhat threw him under the bus, come on, Plies. This don't look good right now. We don't need this, bro. You got enough
Mm.
money, man. And I know he probably feel like I ain't suing them. I'm suing a label, whatever it may be, but it still looks nasty. It looks disgusting.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, look,
Especially if you ain't done all the research. If you ain't called, he should have
bruh.
the first call should have been to the producer. Like, hey man, where you find this at? Like when you originally did it, where you find it at?
Bro, he just I don't
Don't
know if
have
he was
me out here.
high, if he was
Yeah.
down off of the L. I don't know what Plies had going on and why he thought it was a good idea to go this far with it, to go publicly with the lawsuit. And bro, that the beat came from something else, fam. Um,
It's
that's
crazy.
nuts.
It's
And I didn't even
disgusting.
think of that song. When I heard the Glow song, I didn't even think of the Plies song, dude. Like, so that was funny when I went back and listened to the Plies song. I was like, oh shit. That is funny that's where this is. But when I researched it, dude was like, yeah, that came from My Dougie. And I was like, oh shit, that is My Dougie. And
I
so
wonder I wonder did the new producer know either one of them?
that's a good question.
I wondered that he just like thought he was in his bag and nobody was gonna notice. Like, come on, bro. What is going on with the
Ain't
new
nothing new
nigga?
under the sun, man.
Facts. Like it had to come from somewhere. Especially if catchy as it is and was. Like, come on, bro. It's crazy.
Next up, man, my boy, yo boy, coming fresh off of a successful Hot Boy reunion, Lil Wayne has joined the NFL, but not
Mm,
for the halftime show. He's on NFL Network. He will be
That's
a
crazy.
weekly host or a co-host on NFL Game Day. Now, of course, he had Fox Sports. He was on FS1 earlier this year with your man Skip. This is a
Mhm.
good move or bad move for Wayne to hop on this NFL Game Day.
Before I say this, I want to ask you: did you ever watch him with Skip
I did not watch 15 seconds of that. No.
because he was with Skip?
No, I just don't watch sport. In my opinion, that brand. I'd rather listen to a sports podcast than watch.
Oh, hot take sports.
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
It's to me that's played out.
Um, this was I get doing this because this is not fake. Lil Wayne, we know follow sports. Like you said, he was on Undisputed. We've seen him on First Take before. He and Skip Bayless are good friends.
Yep.
But I feel like this played too much to him being Lil Wayne. Like when he's on them shows, it's like, oh, a rapper, Lil Wayne. If you're doing this and you're serious about it, I like the Cameron and Mace approach where I'm going to just do it myself. Like we're going to talk sports the way that we talk sports. We don't go to ESPN and kind of alter the way that we talk sports in order to fit in on ESPN. If I'm going to watch Wayne talk sports, I would rather see him on his own platform if he's that serious about it. And if
Mm-hmm.
he's not that serious about it, this right here, I guess it works, but I wouldn't tune in and be like, oh, Lil Wayne gonna be on here every Sunday. Let me see what he got to say from a sports take. Cause it makes me still feel like, oh, he don't care, man. He's just showing up on Sundays, doing a little guest spot, and he out of there. He may know a couple stats or something. But if he was doing it himself, it would mean a lot more to me. And I would definitely pull up the YouTube at least once and check it out because I feel like he put more into it. This one is just him on somebody else's platform being Lil Wayne. I want to see Lil Wayne talking sports a la Cameron, Mace, fucking not even going rap anymore, but Jeff Teague, how he does, like what he
He
talks about
cold
his
though.
Jeff Teague a beast.
He
Like that,
cold.
like nigga, if y'all not listening to that Club 520,
He
that
cold.
nigga's a beast. The stories, all his stories he has, that's another subject for another day.
Facts.
But man, check out that Club 520. But yeah, I would want to see Wayne like that, like with his personality catered around him versus him just joining a set that's an already established thing. Cause I don't think it's gonna do him justice.
Yeah, Wayne has been trying to make this transition for a while now. He had the show on Apple Music during the quarantine when he was interviewing people. Nothing really came of that in terms of no viral moments. The thing with him and Skip came and went. I didn't know it ended. I don't know when it ended. I don't Slick don't know when it started. I just remember the headline it happening, so I'm assuming it did go through. Wayne can't be that good at this because I would have come across a clip or something would have made the Waynes, bro. I would have
That's
seen it.
true.
You wanna know how we know that Jeff Teague is cold at their storytelling shit? Because his clips are getting shared.
Facts.
And I'm seeing it on my timeline over and over again. I'm like, nah, this nigga's funny.
And I
Like it
click it
took me a
every
minute.
time.
Bro, every time. And I haven't seen one Wayne take, one clip. That's not to say he don't know what he's talking about. That's not to say any of that. But he's just not interesting enough. His take isn't interesting enough for me to care. It would have came across my timeline, bro. That's how I'm gauging it, bro. Like I don't have time to give you a whole hour show. I got to see the 2 minute clip on my timeline and it got a hit, and I got to see it 3 4 times. If that's not happening, then you're not really doing shit. But
And like,
congratulations, it's
yeah.
cool. It's still cool to see hip hop in these spaces. Again, I'm assuming he's not terrible. Like, but man, come on, bro. It doesn't move the needle for me. Like I watch the shit out of sports. I try to watch experts. That's why respectfully, I don't watch Mason Cam. Like but
No,
I
I
get
like the
the
clips though, but
appeal.
the clips are good. Yeah,
Yeah, no, the clips be good, but they're usually not sports related though. It's usually because it's
that's
something
true.
else.
That is
So
true.
when I watch, I'm too big of a fan of sports, bro, to watch niggas just kind of barbershop talk it. I gotta listen to niggas that know what they talking about. They got insider shit, that know stats, plays, the whole nine. Like I'm that into it. I listen to a Packers podcast. He get in the weeds. He drop every day. I need that. I
You're
don't
talking about
need.
like Mike Lombardi, Bill Simmons, speaking
Yeah, I
with
need. I
sports
need
connections, things
the
like that.
experts, the people that do
Yeah.
this. So I'm cool on that other stuff. But again, if you're a Wayne fan, I guess this is cool. Go Packers. That's my guy. I'll be with him at the Super Bowl this year in New Orleans. So hey, listen, it's cool. We'll be watching our team.
Not only am I not going to take an hour out to watch it if I don't know if you're good or not, it'd be like you said, if the clip ain't roll, like I'm not TiVoing it, I'm not saving it to go back and watch later. I'm not looking for it on streaming. I'm not looking for the podcast. Like the first thing in today's age that we're in is like you said, I need to see a clip and be like, oh, okay, all right. Even though
Yeah.
I know it's Lil Wayne, like it still don't matter,
Nope.
especially when it comes to something like sports where we watch a lot of. So yeah, I agree with that 100%.
You got to give me with the Sam's Club method, dude. You got to give me something for free. You got to give me the taste
Yeah,
test
like
for
I need that
free,
sample. Yeah, I need that
bro.
sample, boss. And I might walk by twice.
Exactly.
Mm. All right. Billboard released a list again. Shocker. What makes news for Billboard? List.
Yeah.
This time, AB, it's the biggest pop stars of the 21st century. Notables. Drake was at number 4, Kanye at number 7, Hove, number 16.
hmm And this is
What
all
say you
genres
about
of
the
music,
rankings?
by the way.
What says you?
You know what I thought was interesting? They had Lil Wayne at 21. I thought Lil Wayne would be a bigger pop star than Jay. Is that fair?
Hmm, interesting. I think Jay being married to Beyonce gonna get him a bud. Like if we
Mm.
talk about pop, like because people, I mean, a lot of people know Wayne. I ain't gonna do that to him, but the Beyonce, thing, I think that puts Jay above him.
Mm. For the
I
record,
think that
they have not completed the list, so the top
I
three
was,
spots are coming soon. But when I think pop, well, okay, because Jay is on like Rihanna Umbrella. He got like songs with Justin Timberlake, like
yeah,
big singles with Timberlake. I'm thinking crossover appeal when I hear the word pop.
yeah.
So okay, then maybe Jay. Okay, that makes more. Okay, I can see that. That's fair. Kanye being top 10, that's clear. I mean, that makes sense. I'm not mad at 7 for him when you got niggas like Justin Bieber and Britney Spears and Lady Gaga in front of him. Like I can't.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to
Nicki
argue that.
Minaj. Nicki 13. What you think about that?
Ooh, that's kind of spicy though.
Yeah, that is.
That's a little spicy. Eminem was
Yeah.
12.
I don't see one name, a glaring name that's not on here yet, which makes me know that she's pop 3.
Who?
Rihanna.
Gotta be. The top
She
three is
has
probably
to.
Beyonce, Rihanna, and
Mm,
ooh, who is the third?
you
It's
got
probably
me.
not a dude. So Drake is gonna be the highest rapper. That's probably fair at 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't no rapper in
Yeah.
top 3. That's fair.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine another rapper being on there. Unless like Travis Scott's not, they're not gonna put him on here, are they?
Ooh,
And they're not gonna put him above Drake and Kanye, are they? That's interesting. We know Rihanna's gonna be on there. We know Beyonce. I have no idea who the third person will be
y'all
though.
let us know who that third pop star is 21st century, and it's gonna be somebody we are obviously we're like missing
Forgetting.
way. Because for the record, the
And we
weekend is
should
already
know
on
this because
here.
it's top 3. Yeah, like this should be like obvious, really. And I cannot think of who it is.
Justin Timberlake is on here. Bieber is on here already.
Yeah,
Adele,
already
Bruno
on here.
Mars, Bad Bunny, Ed Sheeran, Katy Perry, all the household Shakira, all the household names already on here, and I'm super hot. I'm missing.
Huh.
I cannot think.
Now I want to know when this come out. When they're gonna drop the first 3. I could have cared less what we talked about it. Now I cannot think of who would be that.
Post Malone. He
Ew,
can't. He can't be over
that's
there.
gonna be
Yeah,
gross.
he can't be over there.
That would have been gross.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that'd have been disgusting.
Uh,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
y'all let us.
interested to see who it's gonna be though.
Yeah, I got to put a Google alert up now. But when this pop out, so this will come across my phone, so I know who this is. All right, man. Next up, AB, we have the
Oh,
election.
you know
Oh,
who
my
it
bad. Go ahead.
is, bro.
Who?
It's Taylor Swift, bro.
Oh shit. Like you said, it would have been glaring. Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're
gotta
absolutely
be
right.
Taylor Swift. But
That's
the question who gonna be number one though?
Oh, she's
That's
number one. She number one. Beyonce 2. Rihanna 3.
that's accurate. I ain't gonna. That's
That has to
accurate.
be it. Yeah, that has to
Now that's
be it.
it. The list. We
Is
just
that
unveiled the
high?
list.
Is that high for Rihanna?
It is considering she hasn't come out since I think 2016, 17.
And she said she might be done with music.
Man, if that ain't the most Captain Obvious shit, nigga, them Fenty checks come in, nigga. She like, why would I get in the booth? What the fuck?
She said God got bigger plans for me with her exact words.
Yeah, okay.
Have me in here singing, doing double takes, nigga. You know who I am? I ain't punching me in. I ain't nah, nigga. Take this shit. Like, could you imagine her trying to do an album right now? And nigga, like the producer trying to go hard. Like, bitch,
Do
nigga
it
sold
again, man. What the fuck? Man, fuck out of here.
sold a just sold $1 billion worth of panties last night, nigga. Like, what we talking
Fuck
about?
out of here.
Doing this shit.
Oh, shit. Last thing, man, before we get to these wins and these losses, of course, we saw the election results last week. I was scared too. I had a feeling it wasn't gonna go. I had a
Yeah,
feeling. I was a
we
little
was all
paranoid.
holding out hope, man.
Yeah, didn't go the way a lot of people wanted it to go. But I saw a big reaction online about the role that hip hop played in the loss to Kamala Harris. Of course, both parties featured hip hop acts, but it seemed like the Harris side featured it a little bit more. They came to Georgia a few times, spoke with Quavo. Of course, now we got the infamous video of Megan Thee Stallion at the DNC,
Mm,
um, doing Megan Thee Stallion things. It was
mm.
Glorilla performing in Milwaukee. Let me ask you, what role do you think, if any, or how big of a role or small of a role did hip hop play in Kamala losing the election?
I don't think it played a large role at all in her losing the election. I do think that there was time wasted in securing these people that were already going to vote for her. One thing, if you like Donald Trump or you hate him, and I want to be very clear, I voted for Kamala. I'll put
Yeah.
that out there. I put my business out there. But Donald Trump did a very good job in speaking to people he needed to speak to. I think that Kamala's campaign used hip hop to try to talk to people who she thought she needed to talk to when those people were going to vote for her anyway. I
Mm.
think that when it came down to it, like those people were going to vote for it. I swear Vezo wasn't making anybody vote for Donald Trump. Neither was Trick Trick, neither was Benny the Butcher, neither was Amber
Well,
Rose.
you put Benny on it, man.
Oh, he came back and reneged and he can't even vote. But he
Yeah,
said it in the
yeah, no.
beginning. He didn't want to act like a fool in the beginning, so he still got to catch these strays, man. That's on him. I mean, he didn't want to associated himself with it. But that being said, it wasn't that she chose these people and that it affected her election in a bad way, because I don't think it did that, like people are trying to say. But I do think it was some time of hers was wasted using these people when she needed to be talking to some other people. She needed to be talking to, as we seen that electoral map on CNN, all that red that we seen there, those people in the sticks that think that Donald Trump is going to save their life. She needed a way to talk to them, and rappers can't do that. Megan
Mm.
Thee Stallion can't do that. No, nobody that Quavo can't do that. Cardi B can't write a letter and do that. Those people don't want to hear from hip hop. They want to hear from her and her saying how I'm going to make it better, whether she's lying or not. Because Donald Trump stood up, man, lied and said, "Hey, look, they fucked y'all over for the last 4 years. When I was in there, we did good, and they believed him. He didn't tell him
Yeah.
how he's going to fix it. He didn't say no solution, but he just told him, I'm going to fix it, and they broke it, and that was enough for them.
Yeah.
She needed to do more of a better job of just saying, I didn't break it, and I'm going to do better than Biden did. Whether she had to shit on him or not, didn't matter. It's when it all costs, Mamba mentality. But no, to answer the question, AB, I don't, hip hop didn't have anything to do with her losing this election. And I see the fools out there online acting like and writing those think pieces as to, oh man, it was Megan twerking, and like, man, shut up, shut up, shut up, dude. We don't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, that there if we had to put in order things that played a role in terms of, scale and Kamala losing, hip hop would be like in 10th place. Like, obviously it didn't help because she didn't win. So now you can point the finger at a lot of different things. But let's not start with Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla. Like, we're not going to give them that much power. Maybe the fact that she was thrown into the election last minute, maybe the fact that she didn't get to go through the primaries like every
Speak
other
on it.
candidate does, so that you actually get to know who the person is. Um, so scrambling last minute to put it together. And that's why I even said on the last show with homie that's predicted the last 8 presidential elections. I don't know how he predicted this because there's too many variables. We've never
Yeah,
seen one like that. We've never seen nobody drop out
facts,
with 4 months left. I don't not in
facts.
my lifetime. So like, how
Yeah,
can you use the same formula? I'm like, right, it's a different. You got to tweak the formula for this shit, my nigga. It's an
facts,
assassination attempt on the other dude. It's like, bro, it's a different day, fam. So none of that had to do with Glorilla and Cardi B. Um, And I love when people point out the fact, or they like to point out that those things didn't work, but they don't give solutions on what she should have done. No one
Mm,
has that answer. In terms of if you're going, because you have to get everyone gets celebrities, everyone gets because you're using them as microphones, you're using them as spokesmen. You're trying to
yes,
get their audience. They have a fan base bigger than you, and you're trying to get into them, and they want to trust you. So you that's been going on forever and a day. Like that, we're not gonna act like that's brand new. But
facts.
so it's I don't know what the alternative to that would be. But I will say though, I will say that you're saying that some of these people, she's talking kind of preaching to the choir a little bit. I don't know because if you look at some of the youth went more red than normal.
Who was preaching to the choir?
Talking about like Kamala bringing somebody like a Megan to
Uh-huh.
Atlanta or
Right.
I'm assuming they're doing that to get the young vote. The TikTok, they're doing that to get the young people vote. And I
Yeah.
think there was more younger voters that went red this time.
But that ain't well. Good point. You're
You know
right.
what I'm
More
saying?
young voters definitely did go red, but I believe that demographic was young white men. And what Trump
Okay.
did is he went on Joe Rogan, he talked to
Facts.
Andrew Schultz, and he did
Facts.
all of those young white boy things what young white boys listen to. And they on TikTok, but more of them listen to Joe Rogan than anything. And she refused the Joe Rogan interview.
Mm.
Like she didn't want to do that. She went to Club Shay Shay, which I don't know how much good or bad that helped or hurt her. But and to be honest, again, I didn't like it, but that was the first time I listened to about 20 minutes to that Joe Rogan Trump interview. And like that was the first time I really had heard a dude talk like that. Joe Rogan can bring like we just sitting here talking. So now I'm kind of humanized in a way as to where
Bingo.
The Club Shay Shay interview just seemed like another political interview. So
It was
I
underhand
just
softballs.
exactly, exactly. If we're gonna blame anybody before hip hop, like we can start with Joe Biden. That was the fucking
Yeah, he should have dipped way earlier.
you told us you was gonna be a one-term president. Midway through, you want to run again. You know you too old. It took forever to get you to back out of it. And then what they're saying is Nancy Pelosi wanted to do a primary. And by
Mm.
him coming out and endorsing Kamala, it pretty much defeated the whole purpose of doing a primary. So like he stepped in shit twice and just smeared it all over her campaign trail. So we can start with Joe Biden for blaming people if we're gonna blame anybody.
And last thing before we move on, and if we're being honest, if you look at the last couple of whoever, in my opinion, whoever was in position these last couple of years when nigga Chick-fil-A combo meals is $12 and eggs
Mm,
is not like people associate the current economy with the current standing president. That's just how it goes.
mhm.
Whether that's true, false, whether it's accurate, whatever.
Facts.
That's what people associate with. And everyone listening, me, you, my neighbor, everybody down the street will attest to shit is high as fuck now for a
Yes.
myriad of reasons, but they're going to associate it with the party. So if I'm coming out and I was a part of that party, well, again, whether I got the pull to do any of this shit or what,
Just say it like Trump did. Like just say it, man. I'm gonna make it better. Like
hey,
he ran, like I heard
he
some a
tried.
political pundit. I heard a political pundit say that what Trump did very slickly was run the same. I don't even who said that? I think it was Mark Lamar Hill. He said very slickly what Trump did was run on Obama shit. Hope.
Hope.
That's what
Yep.
Obama was running off of. We had just came from the recession. I'm gonna make shit better. Shit been fucked up. Jobs been down. Like it's gonna be better under me. And this nigga came and did the same exact shit. Like I'm gonna get prices back down. I'm gonna get inflation back down. I'm gonna make it where you can buy a house. Like nigga,
Yeah.
sure you are. But one of the biggest problems that Democrats are gonna have here and moving forward, like they have to learn how to talk to poor people. Like
Yeah,
Donald
I
Trump know how
agree.
to talk to poor people. And that's ironic as fuck to say that Trump know how to relate and talk to poor people, but the Democratic messaging just does not hit with people who like are every day to day people. I'm stringing shit together, nigga. I'm check to check, nigga. They cutting jobs. Like the Democrats don't know how to speak to people like that, and they got to fix that if they
That's
ever
a
plan on.
fact.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they were trying to get entertainers.
They don't speak. They're millionaires too, and that's the problem. Like that, like those are million, like those people ain't. I know what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
mostly their fans are poor people, but when it comes to the issues, like yeah, niggas gonna. It's probably a lot of people that was out there dancing at them rallies, the Meg rallies, and might have voted for Trump. Might
Mm.
not have been like, man, fuck that, nigga. I've been broke for 3 years, nigga.
Yeah.
Goddamn, nigga. Like fuck this, nigga. I'm gonna see what Trump talking about.
That's a fact.
That shit crazy.
All right, man.
Don't
Before we
feel
get out of
bad
here,
about it.
wins or losses? First up, W or L. Glorilla says she is staying celibate until marriage after her pump fake pregnancy post. What do you
Celibate
think,
and
W or
single.
L?
Celibate and single. I don't know how that's gonna work. Like how I don't know how you go from single to married without. But yeah, it's not here. I
Hey,
think
some
if
people
we can
do
figure
it.
out. Hey man, shout out to them people. I guess this is a W. What I would wonder is how will this change the music? Like, can you be a known person that's being celibate and talk about like the stuff that she talk about? I would
Mm,
wonder is that going to change because you don't want to be called that you're a hypocrite because Meg, I mean, Glorilla get in her bag sometimes. So
I know she do.
I wonder.
And she said she
I've
got good
heard,
ass neck. What we talking about? What's
and she don't
happening,
make a
Glo?
mess. So, like, let's
Hey.
come on,
uh,
Glo.
no, it's a W, man. Listen, she focused on the business right now.
That's
Career
cool.
first. You strike while the iron is hot. We've seen it happen with artist over artist over artist. This shit could be all over and done with next week. And matter of fact, she had a dry spell for a minute. They thought Glorilla was done. Like she hot
Yep.
now, but she came out with that bullshit song, and people were like, "Man, she smoked." And then she bounced
Mm-hmm.
back. She had a quick bounce back. So
Facts.
you saw what happened after the little mini fall off, and you want to focus in and hone in on the business. And right now, a kid is not in the cards. And she said she don't want to go through that shit anyway. She said she want to do a surrogate.
A surrogate, yeah.
I mean, you got
Interesting.
money. I ain't mad at that.
Nah,
Who the fuck
not
want
at
to do
all.
that shit?
Not at all.
Next up, man, Boosie, your man. Whew. He plead after Donald Trump's win. He pleaded with Trump to pardon him from his pending case, man, publicly on Twitter. It's a W or L.
This is embarrassing. No, this is an L. And Boosie's my guy. But god damn, Boosie, what are we doing, bro? I didn't see nobody else that got a pardon plead on Twitter for the pardon, bro. Like I would be a hypocrite because Boosie's my guy if I didn't say this because I do it all the time with Meek Mill. Nigga, you have enough connections to be able to do this behind the scenes. You posting a tweet thinking adding Donald Trump
Does
thinking
he
this is
though?
going to be effective.
Give me
What?
3 degrees of separation. Who is he calling, and then who are they calling to get to Trump with for
He got to
Boosie?
know. He has to know some people over some record labels that can like get him up to like
Does he?
the chain of command. You don't think Boosie got no connections?
Nigga, Universal not answering the phone for Boosie.
That's crazy. Wait, so he pardoned who? Kodak Black and who else? Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
Those two he pardoned.
he
So you
called
think that
Kodak.
they?
Is him and Kodak cool?
No,
Do
that's
Kodak know
a
who
good
Boosie
question.
is?
Kodak definitely know who he is, but I don't know if they cool. Um,
And Wayne and
Boosie gotta
Boosie.
know like a lawyer. Like Wayne and Boosie probably cool, but then that call don't come from Wayne or Kodak. It comes from somebody that they knew, like you said,
That's
in the 3 degrees of separation. So I still believe there's a better way that you can go about this than pleading on Twitter. Like, come on, bro, what we doing?
yeah. It was that was the tweet was nasty.
What we
Wanting
doing?
him to go ahead and sign that paperwork to get this bullshit off of your back, I'm not mad at.
Yeah,
Like,
but do it in a more discreet manner, bro. Come on.
yeah. And maybe he don't got the connections, which is why he put the bird call out. Maybe a lawyer hit him. Maybe his inbox was blown up with lawyers. Maybe that was the bat signal.
Maybe so, man.
I
Somebody
don't
finna
know.
rape him, pause for that little bread that they gonna use for that. And it ain't
Smacked
gonna
him.
send me 100,000 first, and then I'll be able to get you in touch with. Then we gonna hear him bitching about how some nigga stole 100,000 from him on his Twitter and on Vlad. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh shit. Last one, man. WWE champ Liv Morgan thinks that Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B should just climb in the ring, settle their differences, man. Is that a W or L? Would you be here for that?
Well, she's Liv is the tag team champion, and
Okay.
they were just newly crowned tag team champions, and she wants to face a team of Meg and Cardi versus her and her
Oh,
partner. Yeah, so she thinks that this would do well for them. They interact with this lady on Twitter. I've never heard of her. Shout out Big Jeff. I know he's loving this right now. Um, Go check out his wrestling podcast, 808s and Cheers Shots.
yep.
But I don't know if I'm Meg or Cardi's people. I can do a little appearance, and we can do some like hype the crowd up type shit. But we're not doing a
Like Sexy
match. Like we're
Red.
not. Yeah, yeah, we do the sexy red thing. The Trump's done it before. Tyson's done it. Like a lot of people have done it. We could do that, but we're not wrestling a full match with these. Like, nah, we're not gonna do that. Could you picture Cardi out there trying to wrestle?
Man, hell no. And
I
that
want to see the
matter of
fits.
fact, that just made me think about something. That hurt Kamala's campaign more when Sexy Red said she was voting for her. That threw everything. That hurt more than any of this other shit. Um, yeah, this is an
Uh,
L just because I don't know who watches wrestling anymore. Shout out to my guy Big Jeff though. If you do watch wrestling, make sure y'all listen to the 808s and Chair Shots podcast. But wrestling, who the fuck is Liv Morgan, dude? Who is that? I don't know who this. Do I need to know who this is?
mm-mm.
I
Look her
see.
up. But what I would say, more people probably look at wrestling than listen to hip hop. When you say that was the thing that I thought about when I.
What?
You don't think they're more wrestling fan than hip hop fans?
No, hold on, though. Liv Morgan look all right though. What are you talking about? I need to know who this is. What are you talking about?
Yeah, she
She
is
look
all
like
right.
Harley Quinn.
She do look like Harley Quinn.
Oh no. I need to watch
Mm.
wrestling more. Tripping.
Yeah, they just stepped their game up. This
I
ain't
see.
this ain't the 80s wrestling.
Nah, I switched my stance, nigga. Nah, that's a W. Yeah, let's make
Watching
that
this,
happen.
would you watch it?
Yeah, I watch off. I don't even know who her partner is, but I watch her and them two, and then
I just
just
I,
whoever the fuck is the
honestly,
fourth person.
I just want to see what costumes Meg and Cardi would have on. I'm being honest. I'm being completely honest with you. That's it.
Oh
Uh,
shit! Listen, before we get out of here, man, on Decker of the week, we're going to YouTube, guys. Shout out to my guy Hendrix Loco. He said,
Shout out
finally, the
Hendrix, man.
Wayne recognition I've been waiting for. Hashtag best
Mhm.
rapper alive. Of course, we broke down that Hot Boys reunion show. Salute to Hendrix. Salute to Wayne. Wayne finally did. I mean, he was high. If that's your GOAT, then that means you were standing up on the couch at the crib during that Hot Boys reunion show. And I love every second of that. So
Facts.
appreciate that, man. Listen, guys, always youtube.com/OnDeckTV. Make sure you hop on YouTube and leave some comments. We'd appreciate it. Might get it read on the show. Now, last but not least, what do you have to put me on?
I just found a new book this week as I was browsing through Audible by Malcolm Gladwell, one of my favorites. It's
Mm.
called Revenge of the Tipping Point:
Oh yeah.
Over Stories, Super Spreaders, and the Rise of Social Engineering. I downloaded that immediately when I saw that title. I haven't dove into it yet, so I will be able to tell y'all in a couple of weeks how that was, but I'm definitely excited about starting this. I hope he's reading it too. You were familiar with it, AB?
Yeah, have you listened to Tim and Boy?
Uh-uh.
That's the
The
sequel to that.
original. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, I gotta go download
But
that.
I'm
I
not
got a
familiar
credit
with
for that.
that. I haven't read either one, but I know that's where it
Yeah.
came from. I watched an interview when he talked about it.
Okay, I'm getting into this weekend. Pause. But yeah,
I ain't mad
that's
at
my
that.
put on. What you
Um,
got for us?
for me, I'm going low key music that came out over the last few weeks. Shay Noir, The Lotus Child, straight
Mm.
through. Make sure y'all check that out. She's super dope, coming from Buffalo or Rochester, upstate New York, one of them cities. Super dope project. And Payroll Giovanni, Hustler Music. He dropped the soundtrack for the fourth quarter, y'all. If
Banging.
you got something you're trying to lock in and do and set your 2025 up the right way, which I suggest you do, man, throw on that Payroll Giovanni Hustler Music. That's gonna get you in the right space to get your shit together, close the year strong, so you can start off 2025 running. So
Facts.
check out that Payroll Giovanni Hustler Music and Shay Noir, The Lotus Child.
Nice, man.
Yes, sir. Anything else before we get out of here?
That's it, man. Rate, subscribe, like, tell everybody that you know about the On Deck TV podcast. Remember, the best way to spread it is telling a friend. And we appreciate everybody that joins in.